Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make Aji Tamago or Aji Tama, which is Japanese style marinated egg for ramen. In this recipe, I'm going to use dozen egg, which is 12 eggs. This is bulk recipe because making few is really annoying. So I personally prefer to make it bulk. Okay, now I'm going to introduce what we're going to use. Obviously, egg. And here's sugar. You can using either honey or sugar is fine. And also mirin, which is sake and the sugar mixture, and sake and the soy sauce. In the beginning, you need to boil all the eggs. There is a small technique that you need to apply to this egg before you boil it. I'm going to show you that right now. So now I'm going to puncture a little hole into this egg before I boil it. The reason why I'm gonna do it is because egg has skin outside, and then if you look at the egg, this is the top and then this is the bottom, and the egg is curved, like the bottom has a little thicker and then top has more skinnier, and you want to puncture on bottom. This part has a little bit of air pocket for the egg. If you puncture it, water is going into it while you're boiling, and when you peel it, water goes to entire inside of the shell, so you will be able to peel it really clean. So now I'm going to puncture it. The distance you're going to puncture it is going to be 0.2 inches. It's like this size. Don't puncture too deep. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to put the egg inside of the boiling water, because usually if you just directly put the egg like this inside, they're going to create crack because of the temperature sudden change. So what I usually do is I create the circle, like water circling motion into the water, and I'm going to put it in the egg like this. Just let the circle take the egg, 2, and then keep spinning your egg, 3. Okay, from here you're gonna do 8 minutes. The reason why I put the 8 minutes is you can do like a perfect Runny egg inside for like 7.5 minutes. However, I'm not living in Japan, so I don't trust egg to eating like super raw, which I like to eating super raw, but I'm currently living in US, so just for safety I'm gonna go for a little bit longer than my ordinary time. When you make this like boiling egg, you want to constantly move around the egg to roll around, so that way the yellow part of the egg is going to stay in the center. But if you let it sit like this for boiling entire 8 minutes, the egg yellow part is going to stay on the bottom. So when you cut the egg, you want to be like egg yolk in the center, but if you don't move like this, the egg yolk is gonna stay on the bottom or somewhere like this. So it's not gonna like visually pretty. So that's why you want to constantly move around to make sure your egg yolk is gonna stay in the center throughout the cooking. While we're waiting for the egg to cook, we're going to prepare some bowl with ice in it. Okay, now it's almost 8 minutes and my ice bowl is here. I didn't put water because I'm gonna move egg inside of here and the ice is gonna basically melt. Now I'm going to move the egg into this bowl. The reason why I'm going to move the egg immediately to the bowl is what it's doing in here is I'm gonna stop egg to keep cooking. If you think about the steak, it's kind of easier to understand, because when you want to make well done steak, you cook in long and let it sit to make it well done. So you don't want to let the egg to sit in like hot like this right now. You want to cool down immediately so they stop cooking inside. That's why the egg inside is gonna become runny. And I'm going to mix it. Once I mix it, ice is gonna melt and they're gonna be eventually cool down the egg. Now you're going to let the egg to rest for 30 minutes on the side. While egg is resting, you're going to make the sauce for egg to marinate. I personally like to use scale because it's gonna be really accurate. The sauce ratio is going to be 5 and 1, 1, 1. Let me give you an example. So this is going to be a 5, right? Let's say I'm gonna use 100 milliliter, and 100 milliliter divided by 5 is going to be 20 milliliter. So this is going to be a 5, which is 100 milliliter. And I'm going to use 20 milliliter and 20 milliliter and 20 gram. That's the ratio of this sauce. Obviously you can change to make it more your personal flavor, but the basic is 5, 1, 1, 1. And also you cannot forget about garlic. I tend to use like this much amount of garlic for this recipe, which is like around 4 big cloves. If it's mix of big and small clove, I'll be using around like 8 cloves. Okay, let's start making. In this recipe, I'm going to use 150 milliliter of soy sauce. It's passed a little bit, but it's okay. Totally fine. I'm gonna add 30 milliliters of sake. It's also passed, but it's okay. It's passed, but it's okay. You don't really need to strict about whatever ingredient. Another 30 milliliters of mirin. Okay, I'm going to use honey. It's same amount, 30 gram. For the garlic, I like to grind it. Now I'm going to add the garlic paste, which I just grinded. So the reason why I want to use garlic paste is garlic paste will give you the highest garlic flavor extraction into the liquid. So you want to extract as much garlic flavor as possible into this mixture we made. So the sauce we just mixed, we're going to boil down. Start with high heat, and once they starting to heating up, turn into the medium or medium low heat. Since you use the honey or sugar, those like sweet stuff is gonna stay on the bottom, so you want to use some spatula to mix it up. If you don't do this, they might get burned on the bottom and then stick to the bottom. That's really not good. So you just want to lightly mix it to not let them stick on the bottom. When I mix things, I like to move like this, because if you move like this, you're going to create the tornado in the middle and everything is going to stay in the middle. But if you do it like this, you are creating circle right here and right here. So there's 2 circles, and that's much faster to melt some sugar, salt, any type of things. Now the high heat is going to make this starting to boil. Before it's starting to boil, I want to make it to medium or medium low heat. Since they have a lot of sugar inside, if you keep the high heat, they're going to like, the bubble is going to come up to the top really fast. So that's why you want to turn it down before they starting to rise. Now it's starting to rise, but I already turned the heat down, so they're not gonna rise as quickly as high heat. What it's doing right now is the alcohol is evaporating and then turning into umami flavor inside of this, and you want to boil down all the alcohol from here. What's the sign of when alcohol is gone is when you light it, if there's no fire coming on top, that's a sign that your alcohol is already evaporated. And From now on, you can stop the fire and then use this for marinade. However, I tend to like more dense flavor, so I'm gonna let it run several minutes from now. But you also need to keep eye on it because they have a lot of sugar in it. They are really easy to get burned. So while I'm let it run, I'm still keep stirring until the liquid become my desired consistency. When you make this sauce is gonna fill the smell of your house. So if you don't like that, do use fan. If you like your egg to be spicy, you can add like chili powder like this. I personally really like spicy, but sometimes I need to serve to my family. So if I just eat the egg for myself, I will add it. But since I cook for my family, I'm not gonna use it for this time. But it's really depends on how much spice you want. Me and my wife really like spicy, so I usually add 1 tablespoon, which is really spicy for ordinary people. So if you wanna add a punch into your egg, just add like maybe half teaspoon or 1 full teaspoon. And if you wanna go really spicy, add 1 tablespoon. That I think it's gonna be enough for you to feel like, oh, it's good spicy. More than that, you might feel like too spicy, but some people like too spicy, so that's really is personal preference. Okay, I think that's pretty much the consistency I want. You can make it a little bit more thick, but for today's recipe, I'm gonna stop in this consistency. Now I'm going to show you how to peel the egg. Like, I mean, everyone know how to peel the egg, but there's an easy way to do, especially for this type of boiling egg. You just wanna crack almost everywhere. Like, you don't need to crack really big crack, but make sure to have all the surface have crack. That is what you want. And you just halfway in the water and then slowly peel it inside of the water. That way, water going into the crack of the skin, in between skin with shell, and it's really easy to come off like this. You see, this shell is almost connected. Everything is connected. It didn't like come off like this. And the egg is really pretty. And you want to put the egg in the towel. Before you marinate the egg, you want to remove the moistures on the egg as much as possible. Okay, now I peeled all the eggs, and you want to dry it, like really dry it. So I'm going to put everything into towel and starting to wipe every surface. Like, you want to take the moisture as much as possible, so it almost feels like it's dried on the surface. The reason why is when you marinate, if there is some liquid that you won't see, but there is liquid on the surface, and that surface liquid is going to lighten your sauce that you just made. So remove the liquid as much as possible. You can use like towel or kitchen paper. I tend to use towel because I don't like to waste some paper for this. And the towel, you can just wash and then reuse it, so it's really eco-friendly. Okay, now I wiped every egg surface. They're still like, if you touch it, they're pretty much dry, but if you touch it, you can still feel the moisture. In this stage, you can just pour the mixture and then marinate. That's okay, but I like a little bit more dry, so I'm going to wipe once more. What you can use to marinate, you can just use the bowl and then pour the mixture of sauce inside and marinate it on bowl. However, that method will only cover bottom, and the top part will not getting any flavor. So I'm gonna use something like this. What I'm using is reusable bag, and you just put the egg inside and pour the mixture and then tie it like this. You just tie it like this. And that, what I found is easiest way, and you will have almost 100% successful rate. Obviously you can use like this type of Ziploc, but the Ziploc is usually you use once and then you need to discard it. So I really don't like to waste. That's why I'm using this like silicone bag. This silicone bag is originally for dough kneading, but you can definitely use for egg marinating. Okay, how I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spread the towel once again, and I'm just gonna put the egg on top of the towel, and I'm going to spread my dough kneading bag inside of this small ball like this, and I'm going to once again wipe the surface. You don't need to wipe long because I already did earlier. You just put everything in one by one. Okay, now all the egg is inside. You want to pour the mixture inside of this bag. Now all the mixture is inside. You kind of want to shake it to let all the drip go all the way on the bottom. And now I'm gonna try to let the air out as much as possible. Now air is almost out. I still have a little bit of air in here, but it's okay. You just need to tie it. It's still have some air inside, but it's okay. You just kind of need to mix it around to let the bottom one come on top once in 4 hours. So I'm just gonna let it like this and then put it in fridge, and then rest for, in total you wanna rest for like 1 day, like 24 hours. And every 4 to 8 hours you wanna kind of mix it like that to let the bottom one come on top, top one goes on the bottom. That way you will have every egg equally distribute the flavors. So that's what I found as best way to make marinated egg. We happen to eat ramen tonight, so let's open my marinated egg. So this was in the bowl. You can put it in the bowl, but I like to like cover it, so let's put it in some storage container. So in Maine, we're turning to the winter, so we harvest a lot of veggie today. Good, that's really dope. Every egg is well marinated. Let's try to cut it open. It's really pretty. And you see, almost the white part is gone. So, which means all the sauce is really going into this white part. And even the flavor is going into the egg yolk. So egg yolk is also have this sauce flavor. So that's how I usually decorate the ramen, with marinated egg. So usually you can use marinated egg like this, or you can just eat it directly. Today I just show you how to make marinated egg. Next time I was thinking to make how to make broth or type of broth video. If you're interested in ramen making, or if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe my channel, and I will see you in next video. Peace.